Next up, we have a special product announcement from social publisher WattPad. Please welcome Alan Lau and Mike Beltzner.
Hi, I'm Alan Lau, CEO and co-founder of WattPad. Last month, people spent 2.4 billion minutes on WattPad, and that put us right in the same ballpark as Pinterest. In the next few minutes with the demo, I'm going to tell you why we are disrupting the $100 billion publishing industry. So what is WattPad? In case you don't know, WattPad is the world's largest community for people to discover and share stories. When I say stories, I mean science fiction, poetry, romance stories, and other creative writings. Our company mission is very, very simple. We want to completely transform the way people share and interact with stories. This is a simplistic view of a very complex traditional publishing ecosystem. And we want to change this in a net native way, like this. On WattPad, anyone can write a story, anyone can vote a story, anyone can comment on a story, and anyone can interact with other people. This is net native. And storytelling, everyone is part of the storytelling experience. Storytelling is human nature across all countries, all cultures, all languages. And we are not only seeing people in the US WattPadding, but we are also seeing people in the UK, Australia, Spain, Philippines, Vietnam, and all around the world WattPadding as well. We have created a very global and vibrant community. Let me share some numbers with you. Our writers are posting more than 900,000 stories every month on WattPad. If you look at the traditional book publishers, Penguin, they published 5,000 books last year. And our writers, they published more than 5,000 books since you had breakfast this morning. And it's more than just the content. Our users are very interactive as well. As you can see, they are interacting thousands of times every minute. But WattPad is more than just social. We are also enabling a new model of publishing. If you look at the traditional publishing model, and even more recently self-publishing, there's only one way to do things. Write, and then edit, and then publish. This is slow, cumbersome, requires a lot of heavy investment upfront, and not net native. WattPad is enabling minimum viable publishing. Most of our writers on WattPad, they post one chapter at a time, serially. And the upfront investment is very low. As soon as the first chapter is posted, you will see other people jumping in, providing feedback, comment, creating book covers for the writers, creating book trailers for the writer, and in many cases, help the writers to write the story together. Like this one. Two strangers who have never met in their life before met on WattPad and write a story together. Or like this one. The writer posts chapter 1, and then the readers would jump in, write chapter 2, chapter 3, and so on and so forth. This is game-changing. This is net native. But this is not the only game changer. We recently launched a new game changer, mobile story writing. The connections between writers and readers became even more instant. And overnight, we are already seeing over 5% of our new stories are coming this way. While I was talking, I know our head of product, Mike Beltzner, has been writing a new story. And let me pass on to Mike to do a quick demo.
Thanks, Alan. I know you can all picture this in your heads, but we kind of want to show you what this is like. So I've got a couple devices here, which we'll throw up on the screen. And what I've been doing was today, actually, I walked around the exhibit hall, and it helped actually inspire a story that I've been writing about somebody who's been burned a couple times through technology downturns. I'm sure that hasn't happened to anyone here. And you know, I've just been sort of writing, including some of the things I've seen in today's story. And so now if I want to publish it, it's really, I mean, we've just made it completely easy. So I'll just save the content up online through AT&T. And then as soon as it saves, I can click a single button here to publish it. And this device here is actually watching. He's a fan of me. He's waiting for the next chapter of this story. And so as quick as AT&T can deliver the push notification, I get it there, slide it open, and all of a sudden, my new chapter in this story is available to be read, and I, as a reader, can quickly consume it. I can let the author know exactly how I felt about the chapter. I can vote on it. I can comment on it. This sort of instant feedback and gratification loop has really changed the whole author-reader relationship. Alan?
Cool. All right. So let's switch the screen back to the presentation. I, in the closet, complete the manuscript and then publish is so last decade. This is Jordan. She has written a few stories on WattPad, generating 60 million reads and well over 100,000 comments. YouTube enabled a new crop of net native artists like Justin Bieber. WattPad is also enabling a new crop of net native writers. And not only the newer generation of writers, one of the most famous authors in the world, Margaret Atwood, is also a fan. She has posted a few poems on WattPad, and more to come. So before I wrap up this presentation, let me give you an analogy. In the beginning, there was Britannica, the encyclopedia. And when Microsoft Encarta came out, everyone thought, wow, this is going to kill Britannica. But not quite. Encarta is only the E-version of the old Britannica. They may have added video, but the backend process was pretty much the same. And then when Wikipedia, the net native version of encyclopedia came out, it wiped out both Britannica and Encarta. Gutenberg invented the printing press 400 years ago, and it's time to retire that invention and all the rich technologies that come with it. We are going to reinvent the next 400 years. Thank you.